All right. Been driving for at least 15, 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Battery has gone down from 91% to about 77%. Distance so far is about 10.4 miles from where I'm at. I was just driving casual 35 miles per hour down a city street. So the average energy over here or taken up is about 3.9 miles per kilowatt. So in a little bit, I'm going to get on the freeway and I'm going to see how much that goes down further. So main thing over here is just making sure that I can show what the battery range is overall. Driving through Anaheim right now. It's a straight shot straight from OC Fiat. Took about 10 miles, 10 or 11 miles to get down here, so it's about 10.6 miles, 3.9 miles per kilowatt, 76% right now in terms of the battery. The range, surprisingly enough, the range says that I still can go another 85 miles, which is interesting because I know that's not true. I know you can't go 85 miles and even 90 miles in this type of car. So it's very, anybody that's never rented one of these Fiat 500es, that's very confusing to people. And I think that's what kind of scares people in terms of the Fiat 500es is, range anxiety. It starts coming in. I need 300 miles of range. What's interesting is I think you can get away with about 200 miles of range, maybe even 150. Many people just drive 50 miles a day anyways. So it's not like you're going to be killing this car by driving it, up to 50 miles of range, per day. But for folks that are constantly driving like 80 miles, 100 miles round trip some way, you're probably looking for a car that at least has 150 miles to 200 miles worth of range. The thing with EVs in general is that it's dependent on a lot of conditions. You have the radio on, the air conditioning on, that sucks up power. And also the weather outside. If the weather outside's pretty frigid, cold, that also will drain on your battery as well. So a lot of things that I guess you got to be at least understanding of, but definitely not for every consumer over here. So the adoption of EVs everywhere is probably it's not going to be ideal for everybody because everybody likes to get gas within about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This type of car it takes you 4 hours to recharge this car from a level 2 charger. If you're doing your standard, 120 volt outlet, this car is probably going to take anywhere between 21 to 24 hours to recharge. And to folks that are like on the move, very active, moving from one place to another, this is not a good car for you. I would not recommend this car for you at all. This is a car meant for folks that are going to travel to one location, staying there for a period of time, then going locally in that city, and then coming back to recharge every night. You got to put the charge back in. It's kind of like your old antiquated iPhone, the first one that ever came out. You had to recharge that sucker quite a bit to get any use out of it, and the talk time on it was not that great. But again, actually near the Disney Resort over here, there's a nice IHOP right over here, and then there's Disney Resort. So yeah, so we're just driving right now. I'm trying to see where else we can go. So I really want to take it on the freeway test right now, because the more that I can understand in terms of the freeway, how much this actually goes down, and what I'm looking for is whether or not this thing's going to drop significantly in the freeway. I think it will. Normally, like the Fiat 500es, the faster you go, I always recommend to people drive it at about 65 miles per hour. If you're going to have the AC on, do it at about 2 bars at 69 degrees. But it's 65 outside, so you don't need the AC for, this type of car right now. Anyways, freeway's coming up. See which one I can take a pick from. There's the 5 North that's coming up. There's, it's in the right-hand lane. There's a south and there's north. So I think we're going to go north. There we go. Driving through beautiful Anaheim or Disney resorts. So it's always nice to visit. It's expensive though, really, really expensive. I don't particularly like how expensive it is. And Disney has had a lot of issues in terms of trying to bring their guests back in, because there was this whole entire thing where they had against people in Southern California raising the rates and everything like that. Everybody had like I guess the SoCal Pass, and they were trying to stop a lot of that stuff, or at least price people out. So right now we're stopped at the red, gave us the green light, so we're going to go. And now you're going to see probably a degradation in terms of the battery here. So we were at 77% earlier. It's looking at 73. Just like anything, there's jackasses on the road that want to cut you off for just being one car ahead. It's terrible. So we're going to be driving on the freeway for a little while. So right now we're headed towards 5 North, LA. Driving about 55 miles an hour. So if I go, I can probably get this up to about 65. And it'll probably go down in terms of battery juice. So we're going to speed this up a little bit, go to about 65, see what it does to the battery. So right now I've only driven about 13.5 miles. Keep in mind where we started off from was 91% of battery, right? It's 71% right now. So basically 20% of the battery is already quote unquote gone down because of 13.7 miles. So if you look at that, that'll tell you this car probably is not going to be able to go anything greater than maybe about 40 miles of range right now. And that would be like really, really low, right? I know you can get at least 60 miles of range in this car, but part of my complaint back to the dealer was it degrades very, very quickly. And for the novice user of this car, they would get really scared, right? You just lost 20%. You only drove about 14, 15 miles. This is terrible. We can't we can't live in a car like this. I need a car that I can count on, be dependable. So this is not the way, and I don't want this car. And if you're driving long distances, probably said this earlier, you don't want this car. This is not the car for you. You are going to be wasting a lot of time trying to recharge this car. If you're the type of person that's driving short distances, and when I say short distance, it could be 26 miles, and then you're going to be around in that city for a while, perfect car for you. Alright, so the 91's coming up right now. It says to exit 114. I think we're on the 91 west. So let's see here. I gotta think about my west, east, and west. Hey, there's another Fiat right there. So there's a Fiat driving right next to us. That's lucky. Of course, it's a gas Fiat too, so they probably get better range than this one. So we're gonna go in the 91 right now, Artesia. I don't think we're gonna go all the way to Artesia, but we'll try to see if we can head over there. And get to see some of the bustle with city traffic. So I was driving at about 65 miles an hour. One thing that's really good about this car is the regen braking on it. So it does bring back a lot of energy when you're in stop and go traffic for this car. So here we go. It's about 51 miles. We're about 16.3 miles into our trip. 68% of the battery being used right now. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 68% left. So we went down greater than 20% in a short period of time. One thing about the counters over here for this particular car is I see a lot of folks wanting to check this car out in terms of like seeing if EV is good for you or not. I definitely recommend to rent a car like this and check it out for yourself. Can you live a lifestyle of going somewhere and leaving the car charging while you're working like 8 or 9 hours, and then coming back to a full charge, and then going back to your house, and then, you know, driving XYZ, you know, maybe it's, you know, if you have the home home chargers are about 4 miles per hour to recharge the car. So it's about 24 hours to recharge it from dead. But if you're, like, say at your house for 10 hours, right? That's 40 miles of range that you're getting back currently right now. So we got Knott Avenue coming up, Beach Boulevard. We'll go ahead and exit Beach right now. Here we go. And Knott's Berry Farm's on the left. We're gonna go right because there's a GameStop right over here. I always like GameStop. It's interesting. I had shares of GameStop, and then it stayed at like $5 throughout that whole entire year. I think it was 2020, and then in 2021, when that big short thing existed, you know, you had the opportunity to potentially buy into GameStop, and it was going like it was exploding like crazy. That's one of the things that I definitely you know, regret selling. But you know what? If you needed the money, and you know a stock is just sitting there like a dog, you know, then get rid of it. You don't need it. Anyways, I'm gonna go over here to GameStop. So I'll do one of the trips over here just to check it out. I think GameStop's actually been, like, in terms of their collectibles and everything like that, it's been going down. I don't see a lot of folks, you know, coming into GameStop anymore. They're not really caring about it, which, got it, understand. You know, don't really care about GameStop or anything like that. I got it. But a lot of times they have some pretty good sales at times. So for the gamer, not so much. For maybe a collector, you get some pretty interesting finds over there. So it's been at least the situation I've seen. Just to give you a roundabout point of view of where we're at. Like doing that little trigger to show you where we're at, and then show you like the surrounding areas. So this is using this vlog camera that I bought, and it's okay. It's not the best camera. I mean, it has some high quality, I think, video, but definitely starts heating up after continuous use. So like after, like right now, it's heating up quite a bit. It's been playing this video for about 15 minutes. So it's one thing that you need to watch out for. the heat. Maybe it's gonna blow up. Who knows, right? I have no idea. All right, so let me see if I can make a left over here. Oh, look, an urban grill. I don't even know what that is, but I just had to say it. All these different places close by. Trying not to film people's plates or anything like that. People want to respect their privacy, so I'm doing this filming just basically to show how this car is driving. So, in essence, oh, there's the GameStop right there. All right, I'm gonna park over here, and let's see here if we can park a little further down. It's interesting. You got a lot of vagrants and other things over here, other people. Anyways, I'm gonna shut this off right now.